Konnichiwa. Annyeonghaseyo. Namaste. Kumusta? Ni hao. Kai. Yeah. Or as I like to say it, hello and good afternoon, everybody. Students, teachers, parents, friends, Miss Abraham, if she's here. Each and every one of you, welcome to the Baccalaureate Lunch of Breathe International School's own batch 2018-2019. 2 weeks ago, I was approached by Miss Abraham to give a speech at this very event, and I was given the deadline of finishing it last Wednesday. Given the things that I've learned this school year, I was delighted to share what I could and wanted to apply my newfound time management skills by finishing this speech as soon as possible, which is why I started writing it last Tuesday. Thinking about what to say for this speech honestly wasn't easy. There were a handful of things, a handful of stories that I wanted to share with all of you today. However, given my time constraint of 5 minutes, I've ultimately decided on imparting onto you one little evening I shared with two of my good friends, Maverick Legaspi and Timothy Akarm. It was on the night of April 12th, the evening of the Hum's house party. It was a fun day, full of playing pool, bad karaoke, and the one thing we couldn't have at school, alcohol. While I myself elected not to partake in the beverage of sin, I was more than happy to see some of my friends kick loose with it. Just a little bit. As magical as the night was, it had to come to an end. Cars began to pull up, some of us were carried to our vehicles, and the clock struck 10. However, for me, the memories didn't stop there. Come 10:30 p.m., I was sat next to my pool table, having a little conversation with Mav and Timmy Tim. Well, they had a conversation. I was mainly just there, listening and responding whenever Mavi went, "Am I right, Justin?" To which I replied, "Yes, you're right." However, at some point, the conversation transitioned from a lot of other things all the way to us as a batch. We talked about a lot of things. However, the past years of our lives, we've grown up, undergoing both mental and physical growth from little children running around breaking walls to big and strong teenage adolescents running around and breaking walls. However, the past years of our lives, we've grown together, forming bonds of friendship that distance and time could never hope to break. And how, despite my previous statement, however, the past years, I couldn't help but feel like we've grown apart. Whether this be because of strands introducing an entirely new stereotype into our social environment, or the stress of high school finally bringing us down and directly revealing the temporary nature of our lives within these walls. No matter how I tried to justify it to myself, I always felt like this batch was a little different once we hit the 6th floor. But maybe it was just me. Maybe, thankfully, I was wrong. Mavi, given one of his signature #Mavi Moments monologues, said something I found rather profound and inspiring, more so than I was willing to admit at the time. I can't remember his exact words, so let me paraphrase. This is the abridged version of what I actually took back from what he said. He said something along the lines of, "We're all leaving. The legends are going away. People that have been here since the beginning are finally leaving really. And that's what makes these last days so important. We're that batch, you know? People talk about us like we're the best batch, and that happens because we're us. Yes, we try to be good. We try to be better, but at the end of the day, we already are who we are. And we don't have to try to do that, to be that. But we need to leave that last impression. Who are we as a group? We have to try hard to do that, but we can only do that by being ourselves." Those words, as simple as they were, stuck with me so much. I spent a lot of time thinking about why I felt like things have changed, and I've been thinking about how that could be turned around. Only then that evening was I reminded that our whole identity as a batch, our whole vibe, was cemented in us just being us. There's no secret formula, it's just you. That's a Kung Fu Panda reference, if anyone can get that. And that's what I wanted to remind all of you today. The papers, the stress, the pain, it's all over. It's done. Your AP classes are done. The stress from student council, done. Mandarin lessons, done. Learning about Mahayana Buddhism and having to memorize the Eightfold Path, done. Papers, done. Stress, done. English 6 research papers, who cares, Campers? But coming late to school with a bag of McDonald's and a venti frappuccino, done. Breaking a wall on the 7th floor and covering it with posters from the prom, done. Being given a valid reason to see your friends every week, done. Finish are the days of banter in the halls, of taralanders, of going up one floor in the elevator because you're lazy, Finished are the days of cheering on one another during sports fest, of doing nothing but playing around during futsal classes, of waiting in line at the cafeteria for just one hot dog. Our days of high school have always been numbered, but tomorrow is number one. I spent 12 years of my life in this school. I've known the Ridleyham longer than I haven't, and I've met people that I'm never ever going to forget. And I only have 2 pieces of advice for you. First, cherish your friends and the memories you share, even the dumb ones. Yes, your dumb memories and dumb friends. At the time of writing this, I'm actually in a call playing Draw My Thing with some of my friends. Therese is wearing a face mask, Isabella just joined the call, and Mauro is playing his own rendition of Take Me Home Country Roads on his guitar. It doesn't sound great. There are more than 4 people in this call. It is loud, it is scary, it is something I would never want my parents to hear, but I'm gonna miss it, because I know it's never gonna be like this again. And second, be proud of them, your memories and your friends. You have all lived lives. Throughout high school, you've been confused, heartbroken, and maybe just broken. You've trudged through all of it to accomplish your academic duties. You've managed to make some of the best friends you could ever meet, and you've managed to, above everything else, come here today. You're graduating, guys. Congratulations. But everything you've done, everything you've accomplished in these past few months, maybe even more before, you've all done together. The people sitting around you today are the faces that you've kept beside you, and the faces that you've gotten so used to seeing. While things may never be like this again, you must feel lucky. You've tied knots around these people, and despite the prospect of different colleges pulling us in multiple different directions, they will always be here for you. Fortune pulled you together, and now it won't be able to take you away. So this afternoon, celebrate. Today is a day for rejoice. Take pictures, post them on your Instagram stories, and just go wild. Not too wild, our parents are here. Nevertheless, we are all together, we are all finally given the time to rest, and most of all, you are you, and you get to be happy again, whether you like it or not. Ridley International School is your home for one last meal. Let's make it count, everyone. Good morning, thank you.